All right, everybody. What is up? This is Invasion Animation, and I want to share some of my thoughts about the amazing digital circus, the last whatever, the final episode, the grand enchilada, whatever have you. I didn't like it, but this is just like off the cuff opinions on what I did and didn't like, but mainly didn't like. So, there's no script to this, so I'm just gonna win it. And there's likely more stuff that I don't like and more stuff that I do like, and I probably am not going to list all of it. So, anyways, one of the main things that I did not like is that they focused on that damn bunny too damn much. Left Jax, he sucks, and I laughed when he got abstracted. F him. So, with that out of the way, I just think that they focused on him too dang much, and he was like, what, 80% of the episode? At least from what I remember. Like, the whole show is the whole episode, and it just makes it seem like the whole show now is just about Jack, and that's annoying to me. I don't know if he's like a self-insert or something, but the show should... Alright, let's say it is about him. There are a bunch of other characters there that people actually like, and it's a final episode. It should have something to do with the other ones too. So, what I think should have been done and would have been better is, hey, let's spend 5 minutes on Jax. Right, he's a main character, so let's say like 10 minutes. 10 minutes on Pomni. Then do the rest of them 5 minutes, and then we could do something that's like them just having like group therapy, since this became the therapy show for whatever reason. And I don't know why I'm saying became. It's just been that way, but it's way more overt now. But you know what I'm trying to say. So, a plot point that should have happened is with, I forget her name, with Ribbons, because you should know who it is when I say it. Alright, so with Ribbons, I think it was Gango. All of them got some of these, Playhouse names, so I don't know all of that. I just know Jax because that's a real name, and I know Pomni because she was marketed as the main character for the first few episodes. So anyways, so at Ribbons, we got, I think that they should have covered her effects on being bullied by Jax, and, like, her, like, recovering from him finally being gone. I know they did a little something, but I think they should have forgot about Jax more and expanded more upon that. You know, like, make Pomni actually useful for someone who wants help, because that piece of crap been pushing her away, been pushing everyone away, got 2 people killed, and was actively trying to get the rest of them killed, because he's just that much of a piece of shit. Alright, we can have the best of both worlds. Instead of having it focus on the way Jax is and his dumb backstory or whatever the heck, that's no... So what if he was treated badly? There were hundreds, thousands, millions of people who were treated just as bad, if not worse, and did not go on to try to psychologically torture people till they kill themselves. YouTube. Probably gonna censor that. Oh well. I can't be bothered. Anyways, so yeah, boo-hoo's, Jack's sad, whatever. So I think we should have focused on how he was, like, the first few days of each character meeting him. Like, say, hey, Bagatha, apparently they were on speaking terms, at least back then, so they could just focus on their relationship for a bit. Focus on how he was with Gangle, I think her name was. ribbons for for a while, like for the first week or so there, and just so on and so forth, and just show the progression of him getting worse and worse. Because if I remember correctly, he was still relatively decent when Ragata was there, and I can't recall if he became a piece of crap when Puzzles got there, but either way, I think that would have been a better idea to handle it, where you get the best of both worlds. But otherwise, I would have wanted them to just cover the lives of the actually good people there. So, one thing that I enjoyed was Kane's like discovery, but one thing I dislike more than I liked about it is that it existed. Because personally, if the whole point of deleting Kane was to like bring him back later, I just don't see the point in it, because he should have stayed dead. That just makes the most sense to me, even if it is an accident on Kinner's part. I think that it would have been better if he just stayed dead, because it would just show them rebuilding the circus and just like relying on themselves, having full control over their lives rather than relying on an AI to help them, even though they are all AIs themselves. But I actually had a theory on that. I don't know if I said it out loud, but I actually thought that they were all AIs the whole time. But because, like, what logic would there be to someone just lifting up their bodies, doing that, and regrouping the entire tin so someone else could get trapped? It just was just illogical. So, anyways, where was I? Oh yeah. So I think that. So yeah, I think that they should have like been the ones to like rebuild the circus on their own without the aid of Kane, because I just feel like that would be, excuse me, I feel like that would just be the best tin that would fit into what I imagined the theme of the story was resilience in a pointless world. And they don't have a point because they aren't even real. So I just don't really see why Kane would be there, because it just doesn't really seem they're as resilient, but who knows. Another thing that I think should have been covered is, I feel like maybe they should have, like, since they focused everything on Jackson, just left all the other characters out. They should have just left like all of them out. Just focus on what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, focus on the original cast that they never showed, and just do a whole episode about them realizing they're in the circus, realizing that they themselves are in fact brain scans, and since they knew that from the get-go, for the most part, they should have like just had them do an episode about them just living their life and trying to cope with it from the get-go, and then they just have some flash forwards to the original cast, or not original, but like the cast that we grew up with, from lack of a better term, have them like come to terms the same way, and have like the analogs of them just do the same thing, like just have them just come to terms with their existence, and then eventually just abstracting. So, and I think like all of it being like a past episode would be good, and then for the finale of it, like we just cut and zoom out, and it's Kenner's eyes all warped, and it's his abstraction. He's finally ready to go, and Kenner, the last one, the best one of all of them by far, is just gone, and he can finally be with his wife again. I think that would be another good way to have ended it. But hey, it's not my story. It's fine that they ended it the way they did. I just didn't like it, but a lot of people seem to, and that's good for them. But it's just not my turn. So yeah, just have like Kinner die, everyone's sad and grieving. Jax is the piece of crap he usually is, and then since everyone like knows how they were tortured, they all just turn on Jax and finally give him a taste of his own medicine, and he either A, sees what he did wrong and finally stops being a jackass, or B, the more likely option, he abstracts and basically dies. So that would be good. I saw some discourse saying that they should have showed Jax abstracting, but I think it was funnier him just cutting and being abstracted already, because that was just funny that he's just there being such a big, tough man, and then all of a sudden, scatter, trampling, stampeding, galloping all about, and it just cuts to him doing that. So, but one thing that was weird was the narration. Like, who the heck is he even talking to? Maybe is he doing a podcast? Like, is he streaming all of this to the humans? Because she used to be a YouTuber, if I remember correctly, and now she's in there. So, yeah, that's basically that, and I think that the ending that I thought of would have been better, provided like more closure for more people. And I feel like people probably would have been happy with that ending too, but I don't know. I don't know the masses. Because while I didn't like it, folks did. But if you liked it, tell me why, because I just don't really get it. But and something I just thought of while editing this is that Omni, the way she's like always being a puppy dog for Jackson, just following him around even though he hates her and everyone else. And the fact that I don't know what they're trying to say, that, oh, you were my best friend, Agatha, you were my bestest friend. No, you weren't. There was barely any chemistry between them. She was best friends with Kenner before her. She was likely best friends with what's her face Puzzles, and yeah, those were people she seemed way more friendly with than Ragata. So I don't know what that was about. But anyways, what I noticed is that with the way Pomni acts, that means her human form, she's probably in a whole bunch of abusive relationships, because how is Pomni just there, just following around Jax like that, and even though he clearly doesn't want help, he's just doing that instead of like being with the other ones. I just think that that's crazy to me. But yeah, that just made me have that thought, and that's just unfortunate if the real life counterpart is just constantly trying to find people that are like Jax, that are just plain pieces of crap. That's just very unfortunate. But yeah, I just had that thought while editing, figured I'd share. But yeah, that's that. Just real sad. But maybe they were like more fans of the show. I didn't really. I liked the show and followed it a whole bunch, but I wasn't like a super fan. How many people who I know seem to be. But that's basically all I had to say. That's it. But hey, do leave some comments down below on what your opinion on it was. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And I can gather my thoughts in a more concise format when writing it down. So yeah, that was basically all I had to say, and Jax should have died sooner. He can go and F himself. Alright, so until next time, like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it anyway, because I need help with this. And until next time, this is Invasion Animation signing out. Goodbye.